So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's?
I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid phrase throughout my childhood. It was so redundant. What was it? Oh, I love you.
Clearly, this is the future. But
What the? Hang on. Look at you. Can you explain?
Man, I just come out here just for a second.
Second in what? Stay in between,
Man, I didn't mean that.
You didn't mean to what?
Huh?
Look at this. Cynthia, can you tell us what's going on?
Who is this dude?
Cynthia?
He's just a plumber.
He's just a plumber?
Yes, he's just a plumber.
Get out of my house.
How often do you need plumbing?
Not very
Go, get out.
We've noticed that he's come here quite frequently.
Go ahead, dude.
We haven't... No, he hasn't? We know that he's been here on 3 different occasions.
Well, he's here to
After
do the
6
same.
years. You get it? This is your too, ain't
Michael,
it?
come on now.
Get out of here.
Michael,
I can't.
just listen.
Okay.
What? You can't clean it up.
Well,
Can't
Golly,
clean
you're
it up.
always at work. You never give me any attention ever since I had surgery. You never tell me I'm pretty.
I'm in the Philippines right now, and women in America keep saying how sad it is. Oh, you had to go overseas to meet a woman, and that's sad, and whatever. That's really an insult to yourself, because you're saying our options were so shit back home that we had to fly 10,000 miles away from America just to find a good woman. Think about it.
Oh, we've thought about it. In fact, that's the reason we're here today. At a safe distance, enjoying our money and friends without a shred of doubt. Guys, none of us need the divine power to predict what comes from choosing to date a modern woman. Sure, men just 20 to 30 years ago might have benefited from that help, but luckily, all we have to do is go to a bar or pull up the latest clip on our phones. In places like the US and UK, what the passport bro here is describing is right on the money. These women try and make a joke out of the decision to find greener pastures, but at the end of the day, the joke is still on them. See, chicks really just go through the same thought cycle when they see a free man. It starts with a false sense of superiority and fake laughter, and then it ends with rage and tears when they see how quickly men recover. And here's where the denial kicks in, fueled by the belief that women didn't kill dating. Well, ladies, you definitely did, and it arguably won't bounce back for another century. Before we go further with the video though, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Dumbest Guy in the Shop 3878, who shared, "A man's height doesn't tell you much about his health, but a woman's waist size does though." Hey man, switch that name to Smartest Guy in the Shop because you're dropping some facts, bro. Anyway, thanks for dropping that comment, and don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always guys, I'll be picking one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, the most liked, or just one that moved me, so don't forget to leave a comment, and you could be our very next winner tomorrow. So be sure to hit that like and sub button too, as that helps out a ton. And also guys, we got a backup channel now linked in the description. I'll be posting similar stuff there too, so subscribe to that just in case. Link is right below. Now back to the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
When I hear a man talking about how, you know, he only goes 50-50 with a woman.
Oh shit, let me guess. You want to get paid to be in a relationship?
And he don't want to pay for nails and it's too expensive, and in this economy, how could I and why?
Jesus Christ, what's next? Are you gonna complain about men not wiping your ass too? Stephanie from Crown Heights, you just activated my motherfucking trap cards. First, I activate the trap card broke. People be quiet. When this card is activated, any monster on the field complaining about the use of money they don't have randomly loses $20 for gas and gets yelled at by a homeless person. Last, I activate the trap card, be a fucking adult. When this card is activated, any monsters on the field acting like a damn child. When they're a grown-ass adult, automatically loses the duel, their apartment, and their mind, forcing you to go to an insane asylum for the rest of your goddamn life. Now go, you're banished to the Shadow Realm, aka mumbling random words while locked in a padded room.
I'm funny. Red Pill is just men trading notes. You guys don't have to watch it, you don't have to listen to it, you don't have to interact with it if you don't want to. Yet, you go on these channels, you go out of your way to see it, and then cry about what's being said. It's madness to me. Okay, but you guys, this is what I'm showing you. Men are sick of this. They're sick of being told how to talk. They're sick of being told to watch their tone. And And the more we do this, the more it's just, it's just gonna not work. You're gonna keep seeing young men leaving and then crying about that they're leaving and blaming Pearl for it, like I did this. Okay.
Not a single word in that rant was inaccurate. The only thing I'd add is that now, at least for women in these parts of the world, it is too late. Of course, this has to do with another thing said in the clip. These women spend hours out of their day looking at the comments and content we've made to blow off steam in a funny way, and the only feeling they get after watching this stuff is rage. Chicks talk a big game about their emotional intelligence and innate ability to listen to another person's problems, but this isn't at all how nature actually works. If anything, and I'm not the first person to say this, men are the ones with higher emotional intelligence and listening skills. And the hilarious part is that we aren't necessarily hardwired to do it. In fact, nobody is. Humans are naturally selfish creatures. We need shitloads of training and exercise to practice empathy, because without the roadmap, we quickly devolve into an anarchist hellscape where everyone believes that they should just be serving themselves. And, by a crazy margin, men have delivered on this promise for generations. Sure, there are wars and controversial issues, but it has always been men that keep society together or build everything again if it falls apart. We understand that we have to work together to maintain the status quo. However, the same can't be said for women. Not at all. They're so naturally self-serving that even the cesspool of Hollywood can't deny that this was a common occurrence for men leading into the 90s.
Just leave this with you then. Kaylin, where do you see our relationship?
What are you asking me, Jason Stevens?
Just thinking. How long have we been going on?
Long enough.
I was thinking that maybe it's time to take us more seriously.
Yes?
Excuse me, sir. The charge card company declined the charge.
Just run it through again.
It's always our practice to run it through again, but they declined.
Look, guys, I'm having a little bit of a setback. It's nothing that can't be fixed. Sweetie, I'm temporarily out of money. Is there a way you could pay for this?
You're asking me to pay the bill?
So here are the common questions. Ever seen someone's true colors when the money ran out? Ever been down on your luck and only had yourself or a few friends to rely on while you sleep in a car? Ever been so shattered financially that it took years to bounce back because the world does not forgive mediocrity? If you're a man, then the answer is almost always yes. If you're a woman, well, almost certainly not. At least not due to circumstances entirely out of your control. When going out on a date in the West, something I haven't experienced in over 10 years, thank God, the first question a man asks is usually about family or history. For the ladies, it's always about the money. So what do you do for work? What kind of money does something like that pay? Wow, you must be very successful, is that right? And to the uninitiated, these seem like innocent questions. After all, the traditional structure requires that men provide while women hold the line until after 5 p.m. But in the modern world, these are not practical questions anymore. Maybe they were in the 1950s, but now they're predatory. Honestly, you might as well be winning and dining a large tapeworm. A lot of the traditional roles that made civilization strong are still in the back of everyone's minds. The interests are still there. The problem is that the system that made these profitable definitely isn't. What was once honorable has been seriously warped.
What's the difference between Bella and a washing machine? A washing machine doesn't start crying when you drop a load in it.
I'm a virgin, so I wouldn't know. Nor would you, so thanks.
Sure, yeah.
One of the biggest lies I used to tell myself, but I thought was the truth when I was single before I got married, was men are intimidated by me. I thought because I had a house, a car, been driving BMW since I was 24 years old, I thought that because I made a lot of money that men just couldn't handle it, they were intimidated, and they were turned off because I was doing better than them. That is one of the biggest lies, or the things that we think, when really the problem is us.
You know, I actually can't wrap my head around why this is even a common mindset amongst women. The lack of humility one must have to think that the only possible reason someone wouldn't want to be with you is because actually You're too great.
The answer is actually pretty simple for this one man. Allow me to explain. See, chicks think that what they're attracted to is what men are attracted to. It's as simple as that. Several generations have put in years of problematic work to try and be something they're not, believing that magically all men will just fold under the New World Order. But here's the issue with this belief system. One of the many, and it actually has to do with belief itself. I might like to think I'm a wolf, but if I tried running into the forest like Liam Neeson, I'd be devoured, just like Liam Neeson. I might believe that I'm a bird, but I take a leap off a 20-story apartment building in the middle of the city, the laws of physics would quickly prove me wrong. Or in this case, if I were a woman who believed that making money until I'm eggless makes me a prize, chances are the only warmth I'd receive at night for the rest of my life is from an old cat. In other words, masculine success and feminine success are two extremely different things. Moreover, real men don't just want money for the sake of having money. And when most of them get serious cash, they quickly realize that the new car doesn't fill the large void. They want money because it gets them closer to a higher goal. It gives them leverage to build something far greater than they ever thought was possible. The same can't be said for the other side of the aisle.
If he not buy me a Birkin or house or give me that G-Wagon, it's G-Wagon season. If he ain't getting it, he not getting his pussy.
But that is why he's going to go to OnlyFans and stay in that zone forever, because he can't afford you. But he can afford OnlyFans.
That's cool.
That's cool. But then you wonder, where's all the men? They're on OnlyFans.
If he not gonna do it, the next nigga will.
For how long?
It don't matter. I don't want it for long.
Oh my God.
All right, this is the problem, man. Hopefully this is the thing. Smiley, I'm sorry. I have to say this, but why is it that girls that have a kid, average, as you by your own admission,
you said 5,
right? You called yourself a 5.
I'm a 5,
right? Not a virgin, etc. You know, you do OnlyFans, been on a reality TV show, etc. Like, how is that you demand a $30,000 purse and a $200,000 car, right? When it's like you're not like a top tier girl.
How?
Please hold on. Who said I'm not top tier?
You did. Why would you stay in a relationship with a woman who's giving you everything and then leave that relationship and marry someone who's giving you nothing? I want to hear from this gentleman.
When you're in a relationship with someone, it's about give and get. But when you're in a relationship with somebody and think you're giving him something that he needs, and he didn't tell you he needs it, you're providing something that you think that he wants, not something that he needs.
Well said, and that's the feminist trap in a nutshell. Women go on these dates believing that they have men figured out, but what comes out of their mouths just makes every guy think they have some kind of clinical identity issue. And it's because men don't see money, power, and status in remotely the same way. So many chicks will march in city streets talking about male billionaires and asking, why didn't they just stop years ago? They have so much money, they got so much things, why don't they just stop moving and let women take the reins? Well, Karen, you missed the point entirely. Men, especially high-achieving men, don't stop when the money is there because, like I just said, it has never really been about the money. The bragging rights and all of the flashy materialism aren't enough to satiate masculinity. It's purpose that drives us, something that pushes us to never stop until we get there, which, spoiler alert, often never happens. And why? Because when it comes to men, there is no real end. We don't have a 30-year countdown until the wheels fall off. If we stay healthy, many of us keep going until the scythe clanks against the door. So when a woman sits down at a restaurant telling a guy that she made 6 figures on OnlyFans, not only is it conceptually repulsive, but what you're basically telling the guy is, if you choose me, you don't have to worry about being a man anymore. And at the end of the day, that seems to be the only goal any of these chicks have.
We got swap phones. I got swap
I
phones.
don't have my phone.
You? You gotta give me your phone.
I don't carry my phone anywhere.
Why not?
Because there's no purpose carrying my phone.
A little lucky day for you then.
I don't ever carry my phone.
What platforms do you use?
Samsung. He's got...
I mean like platforms like apps like Snapchat, Messenger. What do you mainly be on?
I use
Instagram.
I use
Instagram. This stupid game.
Let's check the Instagram DMs.
Check that Instagram. Check that Instagram. Check that Instagram.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it.
They start shooting you Instagram, start stealing your shit, man. You know, you got smoked by some credit. You got some hustlers here.
Why you delete that one?
I didn't.
You charting shit, man.
What you mean? What else?
Oof. I'm 39 years old, so I'm over 25, and I hit the wall already. I'm educated. I'm masculine. I'm a strong black woman who don't need no man, right? I'm literally all of these things. I'm not having anybody's baby. I'm not finna be somebody's wife, aka slave, right?
Welp, that really solidifies the earlier point where women try and claim they don't watch our shit, but really watch it religiously until their eyes pop out of their heads. But the real question to ask a woman like this is, if everything is going the way you say it is, and you seem to have achieved the dream, why are you still complaining? Why did you take the time to pull up your phone, apply a wrinkle filter, and tell men that everything is going just fine? Well, because you aren't here, I'll answer it for you. You aren't happy with the eggless boss babe lifestyle. You're miserable, and now you're caught in a cycle where you have to try and convince yourself and the world that everything is going just the way you imagined it back in the Disney princess phase of your single mom upbringing. And if any man would dare to take you out on a date, again, God forbid marry you, that's what they'd have to look forward to every time they shared the same space. A person who is determined to be miserable. Who the hell wants that? Who can honestly say that they'd gladly replace going out for beers with the guys or going to the gym for much needed endorphins with going out or home to a woman who hates everything they've become and now devotes their life to making everyone else share the misery? The answer is nobody.
Hey, you was knocking on the door to see Greg, right? You work with Greg in a surgical, right? I need a message for you to get, excuse me, sir, I need a message. I need a message for you to get, you know what? How can you call yourself Greg's best friend and you pull that stunt? You almost run my toes over. Oh my God. This is so horrible, you guys. He went to see Greg and Greg was not here. And wow. I have no words for the first time. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm gonna have to call Greg about this because his friend almost ran my toes over. Interesting.
And this is the thing women don't understand until it's too late, and why no man will be caught dead being in the middle of the Western dating pool. Men are, and always have been, the only constant that keeps the world functional. If it were not for our labor and attention to detail, everything that society takes for granted would go up in a puff of smoke like some kind of magic trick or hallucination. When women failed to understand that, or outright decided to ignore it, men decided one by one that they just weren't willing to put up with it anymore. We have better things to do with our lives than spend them debating where the real value sits in the age-old dynamic.
Huey, say something deep.
Huh? Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. Khalil Gibran.
Guys, by walking away, it's clear that the world is starting to heal a bit. It's not happening quickly like some optimists thought a decade ago, but it is happening now that we no longer desire to participate in the game. And that's the silver lining. We don't endorse businesses that support this crap. So now they're forced to lay off the boss babes that thought the hustle never ends. We have no interest in any of their entertainment because it never logically lines up. So industries are having to do a total overhaul and get rid of all the meaningless, fluffy propaganda. And in the dating world, we have absolutely no interest in paying the bill for a woman who doesn't know who she is and insists on trying to tear down every institution that made the West so prosperous. And so, they're left to their own devices. The silver lining is that while everything gets cleaned up, we get to laugh along the way. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that subscribe button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down below in the description, so we can be sure our message will keep on reaching the new men out there. Appreciate all the support, y'all.